Okay, where am I looking at? Right here. Hello, my name is Edwin, and I am Facebooking live stream as we speak here in beautiful Beaverton, Oregon. The reason why I am live streaming today is to say goodbye after 25 years to my faithful servant friend, my car, the Toyota Corolla. See, Lisa and I got a new car about 4 weeks ago, and the condition was that I had to get rid of my car. And as most of you know, my 1992 Corolla has been with me for a very long time. And so this is my tribute to the Corolla. And this will only take about 12 or 15 minutes because Lisa has to take off here to go to Sherwood. But this is so emotional for me because it's so hard to let go and say goodbye to my Corolla. When I was in high school, I had no interest in driving. My friend Mike Jones, he had a car, and that's what we did on weekdays and weekend nights. We'd go out in his car. But as graduation came closer, I was looking at a school on the East Coast, and this is kind of how I came about with the Corolla. My mom would disagree, and she doesn't remember the story this way, but this is how I remember it. So my mom wanted me to stay here in the Portland, Oregon area to go to school, and instead of flying all the way to the East Coast, she gave me this proposal. So she said, why don't we get you a car, and the money we spend on the car, you won't use that for college, basically, on the East Coast. You'll go to school here. And so I thought about it, and I thought, okay, let's do it. So she got the 1992 Toyota Corolla, and let me see if I can do this here. Here it is, the Corolla. Oh, I don't understand what this is. I guess I have to do it like this. It's funny how I can't find any pictures of my Corolla, but here it is. This is December 29th, 1992. One of not many pictures I have. But here, if you can see this, this is the, I guess, bill of sale for the Corolla. And you can see the date here, July 14th, 1992. And the sales price, $9,626. In today's dollars, that's about $16,800. So this is my car. And thank you, Mom, for helping me drive this car and learn how to drive it. The only other pictures I have of this car is when I took my first epic road trip, and this was September 10th, 1993. This was a trip around the western United States, and what I will remember about this trip, there I am again, is during the early days of the internet, I was on Prodigy, and I went on a message board, and I was looking for a travel partner, and I found this guy, Pavel, from, where was he from? From Hungary? From Poland. He was from Poland, and he wanted to go travel around the U.S. as well, so I picked him up, actually, in San Diego. He was in Fallbrook, just outside San Diego. I went on a road trip with my friend Mike and some of our friends. We drove up to Medford, and that's where myself and him took off on this. It was supposed to be a month driving around the western states. However, what I found is that his English wasn't that good. We didn't have much in common, and so after 2 days of at the the Crater Lake and the lava caves and Lassen Volcano National Park, I realized that this was not a good relationship. So I made up this story. So these are some of the pictures. That's him. That's Pavel. I made up this story that I had the sister in Portland that I had to go back to Portland basically because she was sick. And as you know, I don't have a sister. So I basically told him, I have to go up to Portland, and because my sister's sick, so what I can do is you can come with me to Portland. That's option 1. Option 2 is I can just drop you off here, and you can hitchhike around the U.S. all you want. Or number 3, I will take you back home, well, not home, but to Boise, Idaho, which was a 500-mile one-day trip. And of course, he picked option 1. He wanted to come back with me to Portland. So I couldn't lie anymore, and I basically said, all right, I don't have a sister. This isn't working out, so let me take you to Boise. And that was the longest ride ever because we didn't say a word in the car all the way up, and I drove through eastern Oregon, through Lakeview, 500 miles all day, 9 hours, and this is where we ended up at a rest stop, and I guess these are some of his relatives. But you can see he was not really too happy with me for basically leaving him alone. But once I dropped him off, then I took off and did my road trip. So that was my very first road trip, and I ended up going down to Las Vegas. I went to national parks, went to Yosemite and San Francisco, and back to Portland. I continued up to Vancouver, and then after that I went to Europe. But that was an amazing experience, driving in my car, sleeping in my car, camping out. So this was my my adventure in my car. So let's go actually take a look at this car. This is my Corolla. For one last time. Oh, I better close the door here. So here it is. This is my 1992 Corolla. Beautiful car, yes. And let's see, 4 doors, automatic. And still in great condition. But there are a few quirks that I wanted to point out here. The first is this door handle is a little bit, broken, and unfortunately you can't open the door from the driver's side. So you can see it's open here, but I can't open it. So that's a quirk. Over here, there's actually no door handle, so I can't open it from the outside. But what I can do is I can still open it from the inside, and it just takes a trick, and it's a one-handed trick. So all you have to do is you have to squeeze on this, and then voila, it opens. Unfortunately, every time I drive the car, I have to do this. So I have to go through the passenger side, and I have to go through to the driver's side and pop it open that way. Now, you're probably asking, why don't I just buy this part right here and replace it? Well, actually I did. I went on Amazon and I bought the part, and they sent me the wrong one. They actually sent me the one for this side. And so I just haven't bothered with replacing that anymore. Another feature, if you will, of this car is the odometer no longer works. So it's been stuck on 220,826 miles for almost 10 years. And so I figure I have at least 300,000 miles on this car, and it's still the original engine. Some things that have happened to this car. I hit a deer driving home from Corvallis, and right outside Salem, the deer came by and hit this and smashed this hole up. And that was about 1998. So I got that fixed. The other big accident I had was back here. I was rear-ended in 2001 off Barber Boulevard. So basically I stopped at the yellow red light, and then pickup truck hit me in the back here. So they smashed up this entire back area. So basically, the insurance company deemed my car a total loss, even though it still drove fine. So basically, they told me, you can keep the car, but we're going to deem it a total loss and we'll just give you some money. So I took that, and so I took this car to the auto body shop and they fixed it up. Unfortunately, they didn't fix it up too well because when it rains, it actually leaks water into the trunk. So you can see there's a little bit of water here, and that's why I have my tarp. But it's not that bad. There's a little bit of water that comes in, but it's not that bad. So that was the other major accident that I've had. But otherwise, the car is just wonderful to drive. And like I said, I've had this for 25 years. Oh, that's the other thing. Oh yeah, I can open it on this side. Here we go. But voila, still beautiful inside. I have done some car camping in here, like I've said. And why don't I do that one last time? I'm just going to hop in here. Again, I have to open it from right here. There we go. And I'll just pretend. Now, I think when I car camped, I used it over here. So, here we go. Ah, there we go. Look at this. Beautiful car camping in my 1992 Corolla. Oh, if you'll notice something else up here, let me switch the view. My ceiling fabric is kind of coming down from the car, and I tried to use some duct tape, but that doesn't work too effectively, so I have some thumbtacks to keep it up. And I have tried to use some adhesive. I've tried a number of different things, but eventually they all fail, and then it continues to sag down here. So, but not a big deal, because like I said, this car still performs adequately, and they don't make cars like this anymore. This is such a great car, but however, it doesn't have the airbags. The seatbelt is a little frayed, and basically Lisa wants me to be safe as I'm driving the car, so I can understand that. We also don't have any room in our garage. As a matter of fact, Lisa has to park in the grass, and we don't want to be that house that has to have cars parked in the grass. So at any rate, this is my final goodbye to this car. I am donating it to my cousin's daughter, and she's going to come by tomorrow. I hope, even if you see this, Jewel, this is still a great car, and I truly believe this car can drive for many, many more years to come. I've had the original owner. I've done all the timing belt changes, the radiator, everything. Anytime anything broke, I fixed it, and it's, like I said, it's just been a great car. Am I emotionally attached to it? Sure. I've had a lot of great memories. I drove this car down to San Diego for my AmeriCorps NCCC. I've had some great adventures with my friends Dan and Tim and Jason down there as we went to Joshua Tree National Park, Anza Borregas State Park. After NCCC, I took this car around the Southwest to the Grand Canyon and Bryce Canyon, and it's just been a wonderful car. So, of course, I have a lot of memories. But unlike other people, I've never named my car, so my car has no name. It's just my Toyota Corolla. It's Edwin's car. And this is goodbye for my last, I don't know. It's hard. It's so hard. But it's been faithful. It's been just great. So that's my live stream. I don't know what else to say. So thanks for tuning in. And next time you see me, I'll be driving in the new car. But I still hope to see this car driving on the road. And of course, it's very distinct because I have all my bumper stickers on here. But it is time to say goodbye. Now, I guess... Okay, so I guess I can peel off some of these bumper stickers now. And yeah. One last time. Oh, I guess another thing to point out. This, whenever I'm driving, this right here makes a lot of noise because the window goes all the way up, but then it leaves a little gap. And you can see Lisa, she's about ready to take off here. So this is it. All right. Okay. So that's it for my car. Thank you, Toyota Corolla, for 25 years. You don't make cars like this anymore. Everything's so computerized these days. This is such a great car. But yes, I am saying goodbye. So thanks again. I am finished.